Welcome to the Firearms Insider Gun and Gear Review Podcast, episode 322. On this show, we showcase gun reviews, gear, and anything else a gun enthusiast may be looking for. We strive to evaluate products from an unbiased and honest perspective. I'm your host, Chad Wallace, and in this show, Rob has a quick flip-flop review. Yeah, shoes. We're talking shoes, or whatever they are. Then we might be discussing an axe and some pistols. Hey, nobody's coming out with anything new, so I got to go with what I got. With me tonight are the usual people, Rob, Tony, and Zane. Zane and Tony may robot here and there because, I don't know, people
Their
hate...
internet sucks.
Yeah, Tony lives in New Jersey, so there's a reason. Zane lives in the boonies. That's his excuse. So, what'd you guys do in firearms?
Well, let's see. Saturday, I went to the range, and for all this COVID-19 crap, I can tell you, Okeechobee Shooting Sports was freaking packed. I got there at 9 o'clock for the members, 9 to 10's members only, and I got there, and it was just me. And then by noon, people from other lanes were shooting at my target, and I said, okay, this crap ain't happening. I'm out of here.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, it kind of sucks when you're trying to get some good dope for your 6.5 Creedmoor at 200 yards, and you put 8 rounds down range. You walk to the target, and you're like, "There's 14 rounds in the target." I didn't think I shot that bad.
And they were probably scattered all over the target too.
Oh yeah, it looked like somebody just pepper sprayed it with a 12 gauge shotgun, and that would have been a full recoil round, not that reduced recoil crap that Zane shoots.
Okay, I gotcha. Zane, Tony, anyone?
I got some stuff in. I ordered some stuff. I registered for a class, but I didn't do anything tangible.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I got my stuff in that I ordered. I did the AR-15 for home defense recording of the latest 284E podcast, and I think that's and I got a holster from the guys over at Black Diamond, the Joshes that you often see on This Week in Guns. They sent me a Glock 19 holster.
Awesome.
The Fat Boy holster.
So it's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I did not get to the range, though. I did take a gun apart to clean it and found out that the carrier key had come loose, which was part of the reason I took it apart to clean it, was because it was not feeding like it had forever. I don't know how many rounds are through this thing, but it is what I figure out? It's 14 years old, so it's probably due. So I put some Loctite on them, snugged them up properly, and hit them with a chisel, so they're staked good now.
According to the internet, a 14-year-old AR-15 has shot 17 million rounds through it.
Well, I know it hasn't shot that many, but I do know it's got cases through it. So
well, the internet will also tell you don't need to stake your carrier key, and the internet's wrong.
Right, and this one was somewhat staked. You could see the stake marks in it, and in it, and I had looked at it before and said, yeah, it's staked enough.
Well, what make was it? I mean, I know it's 14 years old, and it's only fair to...
Geez, that's the thing, is I don't know who made the bolt carrier.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't really tell you. I think I'm trying to think who it was. Not a Bushmaster bolt carrier. It was
14 years ago. Mega war sport.
No. It is in a Mega Gator lower though.
Oh,
so
what? Your bolt carrier group is in a Gator lower.
Yeah, it's made by Mega. You know who it is. And they called it a Gator because it had like a cheese grater thing on the front. Don't ask me why it's called a Gator, but hey, that's what it's called. I could go
Olympic Arms.
It does have an Olympic Arms barrel. So.
Oh my God. Okay.
No, they made awesome barrels.
Oh really? I didn't
yeah,
know, dude. I only saw a bunch of their stuff, and then they went out of business. What, last year? Finally.
Yeah. No, they actually, it does have one of their barrels. It's, I was like, it's a stainless, 416 barrel, but they used to make super good barrels. Their ARs were, some of them were crap, but
Yeah, I was really just trying to think of how many companies I could think of from about
yeah, and
14 years ago.
yeah, that's the thing is if I heard the name, I would remember whose bolt carrier it is, but yeah, it doesn't really matter.
No, not at
So
this point.
exactly. Uh, but yeah, whatever. So that's about it. And then I changed some batteries and some optics. So, my one of them was starting to flicker when, you'd turn it on and like just not because the battery would like go low and then it would sit there for a little bit and then it would jump up. And I was like, it's got to be the battery. I changed it. Works fine. Imagine that. So I guess I'll get into the announcements now that I bored everybody with my bolt carrier stuff. Go to gunandgearcult.com to pledge your support. We really appreciate it. There are $5, $15, and $25 levels. Will R is at the $25 level, and we thank him very much for that. Of course, our bandwidth sponsor is Patriot Patch Co. They do not have any new patches listed, but the patch of the month for May is We Can Do It in the Dark. It's a pretty cool patch. Can't wait to get that one. If you're shopping Amazon, of course, use our affiliate link at firearmsradio.tv/Amazon. We also have Matador Arms and Amend 2 affiliate links. You can go to their page or our page or all kinds of stuff, or just add hashtag GGRP at the end, and we will get a little credit for you purchasing stuff over there. We do have a listener question episode coming up. Most likely it will be episode 330. We are on 322 now. Get your questions in. I have some people that said they're giving us stuff to give away to people that send in a question. If you are a member of the Gun and Gear Cult, you get an extra submission into the drawing for prizes. And as of right now, Matador Arms, Strike Industries, Own Works, Team PRI, Combat Flip Flops, and Faxon have said they are giving us some stuff to give away, which is pretty cool. Now, Rob even gets to read his disclaimer, so when he does a review,
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the individual co-host and do not reflect the official policy or position of the Firearms Radio Network and/or their employers. This is not legal advice, nor should it be considered as such. Viewer discretion is advised. This is especially true on live shows. Hey, I did it. And now for my review of the Combat Flip-Flop Sloperator. Oh, you thought it was funny.
Yeah, you had to pause and be like, oh, that's right, I got a review.
Mm-hmm. I have the review. Look, this is going to be a real quick review. Chad did the review of the shoe, the boots. What do they call it? What do they call those boots?
I call them shoes, like Chuck Taylor type.
Yeah, they're like Converse almost.
Yeah, like Converse.
Anyways, they were good. I got a pair of those. The only thing I noticed about them is they collect when I walk around the range, they collect dirt and mud and crap on the bottom, and I'm always stomping them out. But I also got a pair of the Combat Flip-Flops because, hey, this is Florida, and flip-flops are like standard attire down here, especially during summer, winter. Who the heck cares? And I've owned a crap load of flip-flops over my time, and most of them suck. These don't. These are really good flip-flops. I really enjoy them. I've been wearing them for a few months now for everything, you name it, running errands around the house, everywhere I could think of, and they fit good. They wear good. They don't dig into my feet. They don't, cut into my heel or my the top of my feet. I like them, and you can go read the review if you want to see it. There's a link I put to a review, I think on Recoil Web, where they actually did a full, like a professional review, like somebody's actually getting paid to do this crap would do. And they're a lot more detailed than what I did. And they've got really good charitable endeavors. I don't know, I think Chad covered it. They do a lot of work with getting women in Afghanistan and war-torn countries, getting them to set up in business and doing stuff. And their tagline for the flip-flops is bad for running, worse for fighting. and that's on the Velcro patch that was on mine. I think they changed up the Velcro patch recently to just be like a logo. But if you've got a really small morale patch, you could put it on there, but it would have to be like about a half inch by 2 inches max. They're really
Yeah,
they're hmm?
yeah, they're not very long.
No.
It would have to be pretty small. Like,
You're talking something like the size of those the blood type patches Jake used to make. You know, the A plus B negative. Those might even be a little bit too big, but they do sell a couple patches on their website. I think one of them's an American flag, and another one's a different type of morale patch. So that's the review. Again, they keep 8 key points real quick. It's a high quality flip flop. Target market: anybody who wears flip flops, which I guess that doesn't count Chad because
yeah, it doesn't count Chad because, it rains where I live.
it rains down here, dum dum,
Yeah, it rains there and it's warm. It rains here and it's cold.
and it's icy and snowy and stuff. But you can't sneak it. You cannot sneak up on people like you're a Navy SEAL. No, no, no.
I guess he really wanted us to know that.
No, you can't. Let's see, but they are good on wet, slick surfaces. I found that out. They don't, you're not going to be running through, wash floors or parking lots or stuff, but they are good on those. Features and benefits: high quality construction, comfortable fit, good traction on various surfaces. The Velcro patches are cool, and if you're into the charitable endeavors, which they've got some really good endeavors. They come in, like right now, black coyote and shadow, but I think the shadow is a different style. I got a couple links to a couple reviews on their website, and then, like I said, the article from Recoil Web. MSRP is like $40, but I think you can pick them up on sale every now and then. They'll run promotions and stuff. And I think if you register on their website, they'll also give you a discount off your first order.
I think so.
Pros: most of the same stuff as before. High quality construction, comfortable fit, good traction. The Velcro patch, and they're veteran owned. I didn't mention that before, but they are, I believe, guys that were in Afghanistan for a while, and that's where they picked up their contacts over there. The one con I did find about these is there's a logo in the heel on the top, and the first couple times I wore them, it was uncomfortable as all get out. But once I wore it down, after a couple days of wearing them, I don't even notice it anymore. It's nice and flat, and it doesn't dig into your feet, but it was there and it's uncomfortable. It's just it, and I just didn't like it. But I wore it down, and that's okay. The other con, part of their tagline: you don't want to run or fight in them. They're just for having fun. I gave it an 8, which is great because I really liked them. I mean, it's not that often that I find a pair of flip-flops I like. Most of them are crap, cheap tourist flip-flops or just junk. Even the really expensive ones you buy in department stores. Then I think you're just buying the name, But that is the quick review.
Awesome. I mean, if these guys have questions, I mean, Zane might, because, he lives down there in Florida with flip-flops.
Yeah, I don't really wear flip flops much.
Oh.
Gotcha. Okay, so that made it easy. But yeah, thanks for the quick review. Like you said, you can go to the previous review on the shoes if you want to know about all their charitable stuff and a little bit about their story, or just go to their website and find it. So we're on to the product spotlight and discussion. First up, this one should be pretty quick because we've already gone over most of it. The CZ Shadow 2 OR. You know what that means? Optics ready, which I don't know why they would even sell the other one, but hey, that's just me. MSRP is $1,549. So this is essentially the same as the CZ Shadow 2, but it does have an optics plate built into it. The plate system is a little different than some of the others, but basically it's so that you can run it in, carry optics, stuff like that. If you shoot USPSA, it does have a slightly different slide profile because of the optics plate. The rear sight is also mounted on the optics plate, so when you take it off, to put a red dot on, you do lose the rear sight. I mean, that could be a problem for some people. Some people won't care. It does have a it is in 9mm. Magazine capacity is 19 plus 1. This particular one is single action, double action. Excuse me. It is a fiber optic front sight. Pretty tall. Barrel length 4.89 inches. It does weigh 46.5 ounces. Overall length 8.5 inches, basically. It does have the standard ambidextrous, or how do you say that, Tony? Safety.
Ambidextrous.
There you go. But as we've probably said before on here, it does have a full-length dust cover with a rail. It is not a pick rail. It's some other sort of rail. I was looking to see if I could find what it is, but yeah, I can't find it in here. Let's see. Nitride coats. They nitride coat the pistol and then have a polycoat finish on top of it. Blue aluminum grips. Serrated rear. Click adjustable for windage and drift adjustable for windage. Click for elevation if you don't pull it off and put your red dot on, because you can do that. I like the CZ shadows, the CZ pistols in general. So that's nothing new to you guys that are regular listeners. I'm pretty sure Tony probably is about the same way.
Yep.
If I was CZ, I would probably just drop the regular Shadow 2 and just only have the optics ready version, but that's me. If you're looking for a competition gun, you've shot these, you like them, what we're talking about, now you can get it where you can put an optic on it.
Smart move on CZ's part. Optics are the new thing. Like Zane said, 2020, if you're not putting an optics mount on your gun, you are way behind the times. It's no longer a fad. It's a thing now. And it's a CZ Shadow 2. It's like, okay, we know what that is. We know that's top of the line. Well, almost top of the line. There's a couple more above that, but it's good to go. Wish I had the money for one. And truthfully, for me to get one in Jersey with a 10-round magazine capacity, it would just be annoying.
Yeah, I can see that. That would be kind of annoying, cutting down the capacity by half.
So
yeah.
So this thing's $200 more than a regular Shadow for the optics cut.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know very much about CZ. I know about the firearms. I have very much experience with CZ itself as a manufacturer, so I can't comment too much on the actual pistol.
What they do is get rid of models. They have a lot of different SKUs and they drop them. They will put it in the discontinued bin. So who knows how long this will be? The regular one will be around before this becomes the only one available.
Yeah, who knows? Like you said, but yeah, as we all said, except maybe we're all Tony and I are the hipsters. I don't know if Zane likes it because he's just sitting there doing nothing.
I don't dislike it. I don't know. I'm very CZ agnostic. I don't care one way or the other. This is cool, but again, not a DASA guy, not a competition shooter, so it's not really a thing for me.
Yeah. CZ's were a thing for me because of the whole military surplus thing. I dug them back, in the 80s, 80s. So, I've been on the CZ thing for a while, and I never thought I could afford one until some of them became available with the police trade-in things, and most people in this country had no clue what they were, so I was able to snatch up 2 of them for less than $300 each.
Yeah.
Yes, CZ definitely makes a quality pistol. That's for sure.
Yep. And like for me, I think part of the thing is the way it feels. It just fits my hand, which is why I like them. They do have decent triggers. I prefer the single action only ones because
they break like glass. CZ75s are pretty much product improved Browning high powers.
But see, I like how they feel better than a high power, but
Mhm.
that's personal preference. Uh, it, Matt in the show notes said that the CZ Custom Shop came out with an SP01 that's an optics ready version, and it's a little bit cheaper. So, which is also a very nice competition pistol. So,
Especially coming out the custom shop, because I
yeah,
think you can just have them go ahead and tweak the trigger while they're there, and you can get it just
right.
hooked up straight from them.
But yeah, so I thought I'd throw it in here again, and be like, yeah, this is pretty cool. I want one, as with most of the CZ Shadows and SP1s that show up.
I think I'll do the same thing I'm going to do with most guns now. So I'll just wait until October, November after this insanity goes down and pick one up used for
Mhm.
75%
Yeah.
of the price.
Well, I don't know if you're going to find a lot of used ones of these floating around, though.
Eh,
Oh,
Yeah.
those? Yeah, yeah. You probably won't find used. Actually, not in gun stores. You probably won't find used competition pistols, but you'll find them in the forums of the guys that shoot competition. I'm sure they sell them to upgrade, or whatever reason you sell guns. I don't know what those would be.
Yeah.
For whatever
I was
reason, people
thinking
do
more
that.
about picking up not a lower end, but more of the non-competition end
Yeah.
of the line.
Just a CZ75
Just to
or
get it,
something.
just to try a CZ.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they had, now again, before this, last year to this time, CZP09, CZP07, 299 in 9mm, like 299, 350,
Right.
that
And
kind of
that's
price range.
and
That's
those
a
are,
very good price.
yeah,
Yeah,
those are the polymer framed ones.
those are
but,
polymer frame
yeah.
ones, but that was the price, because I'd taken some pictures of them, but I'd already pulled the trigger, giggity, on the 40, the CZP07
Right.
in 40 cal, because, well, I didn't know somebody was going to come in 2 weeks later and get rid of both their P09 and P07 in 9mm.
Yeah, I hate that. I wish you could tell the future stuff. Okay, so that was the CZ Shadow 2 optics ready. Now we have an axe for you guys. And I still do not know how to pronounce the name of this company. I think it's Wooks.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. And it's their AX1. Axe 1, imagine that. MSRP is 179 bucks. Let's see, where did I put this thing? Basically, it's your tomahawk style axe. It features an Appalachian hickory handle. So it's not your plastic style. It is an actual wood handle. It's got a Cerakoted blade to enhance the performance. Makes it more resistant to abrasions, wear and tear, mainly corrosion and chemicals, in my opinion. It is tempered carbon steel head. It's got a diamond heel, which we'll go over in a little bit. Basically, they say it's perfect for camping, clearing trees, brush, all that kind of stuff. The AX1 is made in Italy. It was developed and assembled in North Carolina, in Hickory, North Carolina, which I don't have a problem with it being made there. I mean, it would be nice if it was made in the U.S., but we'll get there. It does come with leather sheath. Or wait, you can get a leather sheath or whetstone or other accessories with it. Let's see, Italian leather collar included with each axe. That's where I was going with this. Key features of this thing, it's the tempered carbon steel is C45/1045. We already talked about the Cerakote. It does have an octagonal handle, probably to help with the grip, and it does have a heavy-duty steel diamond heel, or pommel, or whatever you want to call it, so you can beat things with it. And let's see if we've left anything out. It does have a full tang, it says. The length is 15.7 inches. The blade is 3 3/4 or 3 1/4. 3/4, I think. It weighs 2 pounds. The head width is 5 5/16. It's 1 1/16 inches. Basically thick, and weighs 1.35 pounds. You know, for people that, do outdoor stuff, a nice little axe is really nice. I have a couple, but the one in all my camping stuff is an old axe about this size that was my grandfather's, and it's still cooking. It's just your standard pretty much axe, and it does what it needs to do. And I didn't think the price was bad on this one. List price 199. Right now it's 179 bucks. Does come in two. You can get it in a wood colored handle, which is wood, or I think a gray color, a dark gray, I think it said. Let's see, coating Cerakote gray, yes, or black. So that is that. Go ahead,
Yeah.
guys.
I'm looking at this axe and I'm like, why would I ever pay that much for an axe that it's their first one? It has stuff you don't need on there. Oh, it has a diamond tipped handle, a hardened handle. Why? Oh, so you can pound stuff in the ground, like tent pegs and stuff with your diamond tipped handle
Well, you
on your
just
axe.
use the back of the axe.
Yeah, I can use the
I
back of the
know.
axe. I have a freaking axe. Why would I want that? The other thing that bothers me about this is one, they give you a leather collar for your axe handle. So the axe handle is protected in case of overstrikes, but they don't give you a freaking sheath to cover the blade. You have to buy that separate. I'm like, I understand that y'all made in Italy and you guys are in North Carolina, but somebody between those two places might have come up and had the common sense to figure somebody want to be able to transport their axe somewhere without being able to, cut themselves. And then I'm looking at the price and I'm like, all right, for that price, I can, was it Grand Force Brooks? There's like top of the line axes I can get that already have a name and they come with a sheath. And they also don't have a Cerakote job because they figured that, you'll take care of your stuff and you don't need it Cerakoted.
You mean you'll put some oil on it once in a while?
Yeah, I'm just looking at all the stuff they have that's unnecessary. And then the things they leave off that's very necessary. A sheath. And then the price. And I'm like, what are you bringing to the table that no one else is? And by the way,
Their name.
your octagon handle. Well, thanks for creating hotspots. Everybody else's handle's smooth.
Nice, Tony.
All
Tony
right.
knows his axes.
I'm just saying, bro. I mean, I grew up chopping wood in my grandmom's house, and I'm looking at this, and they got fancy words and really cool stuff. And then the one video I see, and this is why, listen, if you have a little bit of experience, you can see through horse crap in the video. And this guy's supposed to be some kind of outdoorsman, has a channel, and he didn't bring up any of these things.
Well, and the thing with it is I don't see driving tent stakes with the handle in anyway, because it's like, I don't know exactly what, like you said, it's for, because it's not like you're going to hit a tent stake or something directly on that. I mean, you need a hammer, which is the other end.
Oh, dude, it was hilarious because even the guy doing the recording was like banging it on the piece of wood, like, you can use this to crush stuff. And I'm like, crush what, bro? I have an axe. There's an axe head on the other end. I mean, it was great because it's like when you do a review, you got to point out the good and the bad, and it's called a review. If you just want to do a commercial, call it that.
Exactly. Well,
Oh, and by the way, what's a full tang axe?
I don't know.
It's bigger than a half tang.
It's 15 and a half inches long.
They said it's a full tang. I'm like, isn't tang like when a knife runs completely through the handle?
I don't know.
Right? Like
No.
when a knife blade, the metal runs completely through the handle. How is this a full tang axe? I mean, maybe it's right, and I'm totally ignorant about the term, but I didn't think
the only guess I could have is that the bottom pommel there's a steel rod or something that runs all the way up to the axe head.
Okay.
That's the only, I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but that's all I can figure.
Okay, no problem. Again, I'm actually ignorant of it, and that's why I was asking. I mean, I've trashed him based on things I know. This one was a
Right.
question.
I did exactly, and I don't know, so that's kind of my guess. Well, Okay, it looks like we lost Zane for good. He had to go load
And
up
Works
some.
and
Oh,
Works
darn.
won't be sponsoring us.
No, I didn't expect him to ever. People have to like us. Yeah, actually, if they met us, they might find out we're nice. I mean, there's only a couple companies that don't like us, so
And those are ones we reviewed.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep. So that was the new Axe One by Wooks. We'll get rid of it for a while, and we'll go on to something that's a little more interesting. I think it's in Tony's price range. Nighthawk. Yeah, okay, you get it. Came out with the TRS Commander. MSRP is $3,999. Yes, that's almost $4,000. You get a buck back, okay? So
Wow.
your stimulus money that you probably don't have.
Dude, that's like twice, 3 times your stimulus check.
Exactly, even if you are married and have kids. So, but I thought it was interesting, and Nighthawk makes some quality 1911 style handguns. So I thought I'd put it in here. They actually make a different version with a compensator too, but we're not dealing with that one. It's a few bucks more. It is a Commander frame size, so it's a full size frame with a slightly shortened, rail, top, slide, whatever you want to call it. This is in 9mm. It is a high capacity 1911, so I think it is their first high capacity 1911, but don't quote me on that. The barrel is 4¼ inches, which is your standard, pretty much Commander length. Does have a full length dust cover. It adds weight to the front of the pistol, which can help with muzzle flip. It is 9mm, and so there shouldn't be much on this heavy of a gun anyway. Does have a tritium front sight, and a Heine ledge black rear sight with serrations to reduce glare. It's got unique dimpling on the slide, and also I think grip frame. Yeah, which or instead of like cocking serrations, it's got dimpling. They say it provides a non-abrasive surface that will not hang or snag on clothing, or rub your skin raw, probably is what they want to say. It is black nitride finished. Stainless steel trigger is flat, but you could probably get various other ones if you want them. It is 17+1 capacity. Let's see. It runs a recon rail. It is a single action. It does not have an ambi safety. It is just right-handed safety, so it's on the left side of the pistol. It is 5.81 inches tall, 7.76 inches long, 1.49 inches wide. The slide width is 0.92 inches. It's Nighthawk double stack grip thickness. You'd have to feel it to know, probably. It weighs 36.7 ounces empty. It has a 5.81 inch sight radius. We already went over some other stuff. Let's see. The firing pin size is 38 super. For the life of me, I can't remember why this is important, but I think it's a larger, stronger firing pin than like a 9mm one. And so, it says it has an ultra high cut front strap. Let's see. It's dehorned a little bit. And that pretty much sums that section up. It looks like it is a bull barrel system. And I mean, it doesn't really say that, but you look at the pictures, you get what it is. You can also get upgrades of lights if you would like. Basically, this is their high-end wide body 1911. I don't have a problem with it. The price might be a little high for what you're getting, but I have the problems I have with it is I would like an ambidextrous safety. I would also, I would rather have a shorter grip frame, but I don't think this is geared with the high capacity. It's more of a duty style, maybe to kind of be better quality or higher, maybe kind of compete with like the staccato, but different, maybe nicer looking. I don't know for sure, but that's kind of what I get out of it. Tony?
Yeah. The guys are asking, does it have an optics cut or a threaded barrel?
And I was going to get to that later after you guys said it, because it does not have an optics cut. This is 2020, people.
Well, to be fair, Nighthawk has a bunch of other guns that have optics cuts.
But
And
not high cap ones.
well, actually, yeah.
Do they?
Here's the funny part: they have something called a double stack upgrade,
Oh,
and the double stack upgrade is now offering a double stack configuration as an upgrade option on all government model 9mm guns we make.
oh, I did not know that. That's cool though.
Yeah, so booyah, they do it. So I'm sure there's a bunch of there's a bunch of 9mm government models. I would look, but dude, they're they're getting like sick now.
Yeah.
They have a lot of different ones, but I think it's great. Um, I dig it. Yeah, they have a butt ton of these, bro. So yeah, you can get almost everything they have double stacked. It looks like 15, 12 of them, maybe 12
Okay.
different models.
Basically, most of their models you can upgrade
Yeah.
to the high capacity version.
Mm-hmm.
I gotcha.
I like the company. I like their stuff. They're really nice guys when it comes to meeting everyone. They take beautiful pictures, and their guns are beautiful in real life. They cost a lot of money, and maybe one day, yeah, I'm bullcrapping. I ain't ever getting one, but I think it's pretty cool. What was I thinking? There's other manufacturers that make other high-end 1911s, and I really think it comes down to just pick the one you dig.
Yeah, I think so. And, like you said, Nighthawk makes good stuff. It's not, I haven't ever shot a Nighthawk. I have actually, picked them up and dry fired a few. That's the extent of it. But, they seemed really nice when I did that. But of course, they're out of my price range. Doesn't mean they're out of everybody's price range.
Oh, I mean, truthfully, they're out of my price range because I put it out of my price range.
That's true. I could probably sell some guns if I really, really wanted one.
Yeah.
And buy one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I could buy one. I mean, just like you can buy anything else. But it's like, to me, again, living in this state, I'd have to get a single stack, Nighthawk, whatever. And then what? Then what? The weight of them, you're not carrying it. I've carried a 1911 for 2 years. Glock 19s are much better to carry.
Yeah, it's weight wise. And, I'm like, whatever. I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah,
Rob?
it is.
Oh, it's cool if you're into $4,000 for a pistol.
The high cap 1911. Yeah. Okay. I gotcha. I gotcha.
I think it's a cool gun. I just don't see it in my gun safe anytime soon, unless somebody wants to sell one to me like dirt cheap.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like, really, really cheap.
And that's the thing is, like, for me, I'm not going to shoot this particular gun in like competition, and I'm not going to carry that kind of guns. So,
I do have the Nighthawk, but she's not the pistol variety. She's the kitty variety.
She's a cat.
Yeah, that was great though. We changed her name on air.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it kind of stuck. I kind of like it.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
So, if nothing else, Rob has a Nighthawk.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
She's
an upgrade.
Yep.
From what she used to be called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead, Tony.
No, I think it's pretty freaking cool. And yeah, but for the price, I wanted to throw this out there just because he's my friend. Les Schaefer can build you a custom 1911 with your own serial number. So I'm just saying, from Schaefer Precision Gun Works in Pennsylvania. Nice guy. helped out the diversity shoot, and every time I get a chance, I want to throw his name out there.
Right. I got you. So that was the Nighthawk TRS Commander. We do not have any listener feedback, or at least I didn't find any. So it's time for Tony to try to tell us about what he's going to be doing here in the future.
I have no idea what's going on with the future because they still keeping my state closed, so that's out. But I'd like everyone, if you can go to my social media, Simon Says Train on Instagram, or Simon Says Train on Facebook, or the second is for everyone on Facebook, or Tony Simon on Facebook. And right now I have posted my friend Corinne Mosier and the GoFundMe they have for her husband that was killed on duty Sunday morning. He was on the way to work. He's a police officer in Kansas. He was on the way to work, saw a hit and run, and tried to pull the guy over. The guy eventually pulled over, got out the vehicle, started approaching Mike, and he opened fire on Mike, killing him. Corinne is a wonderful woman. She's a friend of mine. She's an amazing instructor. She's a sponsored athlete from multiple companies. She's a shooter, and she's a wonderful person. They have a daughter together, and she became a widow Sunday morning for no reason whatsoever. So they're raising funds for. It will be, by the time this podcast airs, it will be on the front page of muddiversityshoot.com.
Yeah,
But
and probably a lot of other gun sites
Yeah.
that you. Yeah, I've seen it everywhere, and yeah. So keep going, please, Tony.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have it on the front of mine. I have it on all my social media. Here's the thing, guys. Everybody's going through something right now. I totally understand. 30 million Americans out of work. If you cannot donate, please just share it on your social media. That's free. Just share it. Share it in some of the groups, whatever. She's a wonderful person, man, and just he's gone.
Yeah.
And from what I've heard from everyone, I mean, everyone that ever met him, and a lot of people, don't like cops, and I freaking understand, but they were like, this dude was different. This guy was actually a stand-up dude who wasn't like some of them. He was Officer of the Year for like 2 years in a row. Just that type of dude. So help if you can, guys. That's it. I'd rather dedicate my time on the show to talk about somebody who's actual friend of mine and is experiencing the tragedy.
Oh yeah, much more worthy cause than all of these other things we talk about. So we thank you, Tony. And I had never met them, but I am sorry for her and her daughter. So
Yeah,
yes,
thanks.
I guess now we'll get into the wrap up. Questions, comments, feedback, please send them to gungearreview@gmail.com. Get your questions in for the Q&A show. You can pledge your support at gunandgearcult.com if you would like to do that. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us an iTunes review. We'll probably read it on air if you do. Check out all the other great shows on the Firearms Radio Network at firearmsradio.tv. Be sure to visit the Firearms Insider for reviews. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Firearms Insider. And of course, thank you for listening to the largest pound for pound and Super Duty podcast on the network. And we are out.
Bye, guys. See you next week. Sorry.